All right, if you're a web dev, you know there's a huge question hanging over one of the most reliable tools out there. What's the future actually look like for the Django framework? You've probably seen this question pop up, maybe in forums or in your own team chats. I mean, Django is an absolute powerhouse, there's no question about that. But in a world that changes this fast, is it really built to last, or is it kind of destined to become a relic? And that's the real tension, isn't it? On one hand, Django is literally everywhere, running massive media sites and supercritical financial tools. But under the surface, there's this quiet, growing debate about whether it can actually stay relevant against this new wave of tech. So let's just dive right in and break down where Django is right now. It's kind of caught between its rock-solid foundation and the relentless, nonstop push of modern web development. Okay, to really get Django, you have to get its core philosophy, batteries included. See, this isn't about giving you a box of loose parts and saying good luck. It's about handing you a complete toolkit right out of the box. You get a powerful ORM for your database, a ready-to-go admin panel. All of it is designed to help you build secure, maintainable apps and build them incredibly fast. And this right here, this just nails the central trade-off perfectly. On one side, you've got Django's super structured, conventional approach. It's absolutely ideal for those big, complex projects where stability is everything. But that same structure can sometimes feel a bit rigid. Then on the other side, you've got these newer, minimal frameworks that give you total flexibility. And that's awesome for startups, but it also means you, the developer, have to make way more decisions about the architecture. And for all the debate, Django still absolutely dominates in certain sectors. We're talking about industries like finance, education, and AI, places where security, data integrity, and a proven, stable foundation just aren't negotiable. But look, just because you have strengths doesn't mean you're invincible. For Django, standing still is simply not an option, and there are some pretty significant challenges looming on the horizon. This is the real question, right? For any developer or any company invested in this framework. This isn't just about keeping up with the cool new trends, it's about avoiding real, painful problems down the road. So let's talk about these threats. First up, you've got these full-stack JavaScript ecosystems like Next.js, and they offer a really attractive all-in-one experience. Second, there's a huge demand for real-time features, which, well, that challenges Django's more traditional synchronous nature. And then you've got the internal risks, getting too comfortable and complacent with security defaults, and a potential talent shortage as all the new developers are drawn to the newer, shinier tech. And this quote right here, this gets to the absolute heart of it. Maybe the biggest danger isn't even technical at all. It's about perception. If new developers see Django as old-fashioned, then adoption could start to slowly decline, no matter how powerful it actually is. So the key takeaway is that ignoring these trends isn't some abstract problem. It leads to very real, very concrete issues. We're talking about crippling technical debt, user interfaces that just feel clunky and old, and development that slows to a crawl. But hey, this is not a eulogy for Django. Not even close. This is a story about evolution. So let's look at the breakthroughs that are already paving a really powerful path forward for the framework. Here it is, the modern roadmap. Number 1, you got to embrace an API-first approach with tools like Django REST Framework. It completely decouples your backend from whatever front end you're using. 2, master cloud-native deployment. We're talking containers and automation to handle scaling. And 3, lean into its Python roots. Become the best platform out there for deploying AI and machine learning apps. This comparison really captures the whole mindset shift you need to make. The old way? It was monolithic. Django did everything. The new way? It's hybrid. Django's role has changed. It's not the whole show anymore. It's the secure, super reliable backend API that powers a sleek, modern frontend. This lets you innovate like crazy without giving up that stability. So this brings us to our final and maybe most important idea. The future for Django isn't about beating every other framework out there. It's about finding its perfect spot in a more connected, modular world. You know, it's about coexistence, not competition. And at the end of the day, this is what it all boils down to. The technology itself, it's more than capable. The real limits are usually in our own imagination. The future of the framework is in the hands of the developers who decide how they want to use it. So for any team out there using Django, think of these as your strategic assets, your secret weapons. Be proactive with your architecture so you don't get buried in technical debt. Commit to continuous learning. Always stay ahead of the curve. And most importantly, embrace that hybrid thinking. Use Django for what it's amazing at, stability, and then blend it with other innovative tools to get the best of all worlds. And that's the thought we're going to leave you with. The survival of this amazing framework isn't really the question. The real question is a bit more personal. For all of you who build with it, how are you going to adapt, innovate, and use its strengths to create whatever comes next? Thanks for tuning in.